7 in the morning to give a message. So forgive me if I'm not truly prepared for it, but here it is. Just before I quickly start the questions or the message by Swami, I want to know who has never met Swami before, who's never really seen. Really? Okay, you I know, you also not yet. No one else, everyone else has seen Swami? So, okay, so the topic, this is Swami's topic now. And his question is this: what is the true nature of pure devotion? Now I want to ask probably an elderly person and also a younger generation to understand where you're coming. So Anna, you have been in Swami's son for many, many years. What do you understand as pure devotion to you? What a short answer. What would come to mind? Love. Very simple. Younger generation, I want to see. Ajay, where are you? You and your sister, where's your sister? Okay, hello. Why do you wake up in the morning and come here? Do you think you have devotion for Swami? What is your why? So what makes you come here?
I don't know, I enjoy bhajans.
You enjoy bhajans, okay. But that's fair enough, right? So before I go to the full message, I'll probably give you a bit of my experiences with Swami. I've done this, I think last year as well. Last year, April, I gave a speech. So about 2 of my incidents, and I'll probably quickly repeat just a summary of it, right? So when I went and saw Swami the first time in 1994, one of the best experience, and it will relate to this story, okay, message, is when I took the letters from everyone. You know, because Swami always comes down and collects the letters and metronomes everybody, right? So when I took a few letters and I went. So very shortly, every morning for darshan, when he comes down, he will collect the letters. Okay, that's his start. But in the afternoons, he doesn't come down. He just comes and sits on his chair, and then bhajan starts, and then he walks off. Right? That's how he is lah. Okay. So we were there for almost the boys, right? All the boys, 7 of us, we went together. And we were a bit naughty that time, so I'm still naughty actually. But the point is, we went there, and so it was the 6th day, or we went there on a Thursday, and then this was a Wednesday, right? So we have been observing how Swami has been working for the last few days, okay? So my interpretation is Swami morning comes down, walks around, afternoon sits there. So that day, that afternoon, I took the letters, okay, and I started walking down, and my friend Monty, right, for those who know Monty and all, he said, Poovan, why are you carrying your letters? We already know Swami is not coming down, so why are you carrying the letters, right? So, and this is I don't know, this is a very weird answer I gave him. I said this, if Swami, and that time I was testing Swami because I've been in Swami's fold since I was 4 years old, right? But I needed to test Swami because there's still a lot of question marks. So I said, if Swami says he's God as he is, then we cannot determine what he wants to do, right? It's his will, right? It sounded weird at that point of time, right? And this guy started laughing, so we walked down, and that time before we go into and this was in Whitefield, okay, because it was summer. So we went in Whitefield, and then before you go into the hall, you have to line up and pick up a number, okay, and then you're allowed to go in. So based on the number, based your sitting roll up. So we all lined up. So Monty said, since you're so confident, why not you take the number, right? So I took the number, and it was the last row, right? It was the last row. So then I was like, so I told myself, okay, no expectations. I think, well, just get me the letter, right? So no big deal. So no one else brought the letters up. The whole gang didn't bring the letter. So, and then it was our turn to go up. And it was our turn to go up. The security said, you go to the front. So I said, no, I'm with my Malaysians here, take all of them and go. So now, we are sitting, so this is the first aisle, let's say this is the second aisle. The first aisle is always the students, okay, the boys. And this is the aisle between boys and girls. I'm number 3 in the front row, and then the rest were all at the back of me. Okay? And we waited for Swami to come, waiting time and all that. Then the music starts. But the music means Swami is walking in, right? It's from the back door, he'll come. And then I'm just chilling, and I'm looking down, I don't look at him. Then I suddenly saw him walking down the steps. So I told him, I said, hey, wait. I'm telling all this in my mind. I'm telling, Swami, how come you're coming down? You're not supposed to come down, right? This is it's the same question. You're not supposed to come down. He just walks and stands in front of me. And he says, give me your letters. Only to me, among the 5,000 people there, he just came and said, give me your letters. So I'm there in a stunned mode, like that, right? Because I'm stunned, right? Because like, what a coincidence. We just spoke about it like 5-10 minutes ago, about bringing in the letters, and then he's asking me letters, and then he collects it and he walks back to his chair. Super stunned. So when he said, I was already almost in tears, okay, like my emotions were like running wild, right? And Bhajan started. Now, Bhajan's going on, and he's giving me the connections, okay? We were looking at each other, smiling. And then I told him, all this is in my mind. I'm just telling Swami, I want to shout out and say I love you. That's the feeling. I mean, because it was a very emotional feel, right? So I said, I want to shout out and say I love you, but I can't because Bhajan's going on, it's rude. This is Bhajan going on. I've never heard this Bhajan before in Hindi, okay? I've never heard this Bhajan before, so but I'm giving chorus line because we sing when we give chorus, right? The next moment, the song changes into English mode, and I'm singing, we love you, yes, humko tumse. That's my favorite song now, okay? Right? So then I'm singing, then I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, what am I doing? He's looking, smiling. And so I said, Swami, I just asked you not even a minute ago, and you're answering me this way. It's amazing, okay? So the whole budgets went on, everything. That I came back, I went to there was a STD booth there. I called my parents. I said, Mom, I had this experience. They said, fantastic. This was the day you received the university approval to go to university in US, right? So that was the day I got it. So it was like a kind of coincidence, right? And then I had a lot of other experiences. And so on that day, what happened was, this is how miracles happen. On 94, when he asked me for the test, I never did Pada Namaskaram. He was just right in front of me. I was so scared. I was already in Penang, so I didn't do my Pada Namaskaram. So when I went back in 2001 for the UNESCO program, the whole flight, we booked the whole flight, all Malaysians, 300 of us was in the same flight. Then we had a big gathering there, dramas, and Suresh and I was handling all that. So when we were practicing in that hall, which hall? That smaller hall. What is the name of the hall? The back one, not the big one. Pura Chandra, is it?
Yeah.
Pura Chandra. So we were all practicing there, and we didn't know Swami's room was at the back there, behind the stage. We didn't know. So we were all like, and then Malaysians and everyone noisy. But as soon as we saw Swami peeping out of the curtains, I didn't see. Suddenly there was like a whole silence, and then everyone went to the stage, and then lighted up, and I was like, what's going on? Then I saw him, so I just ran. Okay? And this is how he works. This is how, if you have true devotion, this is how he works. He walks down. Okay? Jeevan was next to me, so he came and stood. Jeevan, he was talking to Jeevan. I'm just like kneeling, and then there's other guys. So I was just looking at him. I could have touched his feet. For what I did not do the last time, I was thinking about it. I could have touched his feet. I did not. So he walked, and then he just crosses me. He goes to the next guy, and I'm telling myself in my head, what an idiot I am. For physics, I was like, Swami, come back. I will touch your feet, come back. He just moves and he puts his leg in front of me. I do my Pada Namaskaram. I tell him the energy was different, right? But my point is this. When you really have devotion, right? When you really seek for his blessings, he will always give it to you. So I'm sure all of you have your own experiences in your own way for those who have met him. And for those who have not met him, let me tell you, actually I'm a guy always says, seeing is believing, that kind of stuff. But when Jesus was born, the Christians have not seen Jesus now, so but they're still believing Jesus. When Buddha was born thousands of years ago. So we have already gone into the stage of, even Swami has always told us, I'm leaving my form, you know, there's a song for it, I can't remember the English song, but there's no season for love, that song, right? So he's always done that. So it's a beautiful thing. So this message, when I read this, it's a very interesting message, right? So he said, what is the true nature of pure devotion? And he said, the answer is this. Swami says, a Gopika once asked Radha how she felt when she saw Krishna. You all know Radha, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he said, how you felt when you saw Krishna? How her heart responded? What transformation occurred with her? And what joy she experienced? You all know what Radha said? You know Radha, right? The girlfriend lah. He said, the moment I hear the melodious flute of Krishna, my heart becomes still. I forget myself when I learn that Krishna is coming. I am lost in the music of his flute, and I am aware of nothing else. How can I describe to you my feelings when I am intoxicated by the magic of his melody? The God-intoxicated devotees cannot describe their blissful experience in words. One who attempts to express it has no real experience of it at all. Those who regard themselves as devotees should recognize the vast difference between their narrow-minded attitude and the ineffable character of true devotion. They should resolve to shed petty attachments and develop steadfast devotions to God as the main object of their life. For this purpose, the company of good is essential. You want devotion, but you're in a bad company, it will never work. It will always conflict with you, right? So for this purpose, the company of good is essential. Good thoughts are promoted only through the association of good. With that, thank you, Salam.